Well, here's my fearless companion, Feather the Cat. And I just want to say, I'm running the Brown's gas machine again, which is HHO. Been running it at night. I've been running it during the day. I probably get a good 12 hours of breathing this gas in every day. And I'm also using the Spooky Scalar Molecular and the Parazapper Uzi 3C at night. So I'm zapping probably easy 6 hours a day. Maybe 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours a day, using the Spooky Molecular Scalar with the Thieves Oil, the essential oils, and this. Now, it's not because of the stupid virus. I've just been doing this a long time now. Once I discovered, Brown's gas and Spooky Scalar, I added to my regimen with what do you call it? The Parazapper, which is the little, which I've set so many videos on. And yeah, I do appreciate, I get some, once in a while I get a small contribution in and stuff, I figure, what the hell can I buy for just a few bucks? Did get 100 feet of Desert Cami paracord because I need to be making, I'm going to be using that to make up the fold up Confederate sign, and there's a lot of things, 100 feet, man, you can do a lot with that paracord. Matter of fact, every time I cut it, I get some electronic stuff, sometimes there's USBs and stuff, so you want to make a contribution, fine, great. But I want to tell you flat out, I'm disgusted with doctors for many decades now, actually. And I know they're just a bunch of damn money whores, even though they talk really sweet. I mentioned about intravenous vitamin C will work very well on, it'll basically knock out any influenza, flu, or pneumonia. You got to give enough quantity of intravenous, that means right into the vein itself. Well, there's other types you can use like this. Now, I'm not quite 100% sure about how good this brand is because I just started using this too. But I make the homemade liposomol. But this is Nutravain. But I got some emails from them. I want to tell you, they got a lot of high ratings, 5-star ratings. Well, they're not organic ratings. Like, from what's going on is they tell you, if you give us a 5-star rating, we're going to give you a free bottle with your next order. So you don't wonder why people are giving them 5-star ratings. So, but then again, it might be a good product anyway. It's got, like I said in here, Exorbital Palmitate, which is the fat-soluble type of vitamin C, which is more absorbable. It's got the lecithin in it and stuff. It's sunflower lecithin, not the freaking soy type. So, anyway, also want to mention, you might want to go on BitChute, look at this guy, Wardo Rants. I know he curses a lot, and he's not, you could tell he's not a really fast reader. I'm not saying he's stupid or anything, but it's like he's not polished, okay? Like, you're not going to listen to it on news. I'll just say that right off the bat. That's to say the least. He's not a polished newscaster type that you would find on one of the professional news networks. But he's giving you good information, and he's giving you a lot of clips that he puts together from some of the other news networks to give you good information. This whole thing is basically a takedown of the American system, period, that we built up and our forefathers built up. And right now, I'm totally disgusted with the freaking SCV, Sons of Confederate Veterans and Sons of the American Revolution, because right now I'm thinking that's a damn good excuse for abortion. That's how freaking pissed off I am at them. Those guys, to me, they're a bunch of government jackasses too. I believe in the spirit of what it's supposed to be about. I'm in the Sons of Confederate Veterans and the Sons of the American Revolution, and I see what's going on right now. I'm like, this is bullshit. And but right down to the core of it, even if there was a bad influenza virus or whatever it is out there, it is curable with vitamin C. And you might want to use that zapper too. That Parazapper, I have totally underestimated that thing for so many years till I started finding out, holy smokes, this stupid thing works. And I call it a stupid thing, and it's like, because I didn't really think that thing, I did not think the Parazapper was as good as I found it out to be, until I started, because I've been using it probably about 6-7 years now. And I never, in the beginning, I didn't think it would be that effective. It is very effective against a lot of different things. It's just that it's not 100% effective against everything, but it can always help in some way. And it's cheap. When you figure it out, you pay a few $100 for a Paradzapper Uzi 3, and you got a rechargeable battery. You're not resupplying, like, more and more of this and that stuff. And I think it kind of works the same way as an electronic donor. Now, the other thing is, I wasn't sure. I use it in conjunction with the Brown's gas machine. Now, this thing I paid $125 delivered, right? And I added, the bubbler on the top. It's got the bubbler on the bottom, and I added the cannula. Right now, I got this connected to my nose, right? I'm breathing the gas. This thing does give you more energy, more mental alertness, just across the board. I wasn't sure if it actually would knock out the virus more. Well, lo and behold, I saw research, and maybe if I can find that link again, but I know I saved the article in the form of a PDF. The Chinese are using, the Americans know this. We discovered it. We got Rockefeller AMA telling us not to do this and that. Well, they're just taking what we know, right? The Chinese are using intravenous vitamin C and only 10 to 20,000 milligrams a day to knock out coronavirus inside of like a couple days. That fast. They're doing 50. They could easily do. They could do a couple 100,000 milligrams of vitamin C. But if they did 50 a day, 50,000, they knock it out quick. But they're also finding out, there's an article that they're using Brown's gas, named after Yul Brown. It's not the color of the gas. Yul Brown. It's HHO, hydroxy. Breathing the gas that's working against problems, lung problems with the coronavirus. I wasn't sure about that because at first I was thinking, I heard that some cases that since it's hydrogen, it helps, it could feed something bad and not good. They're not sure, because this is kind of new. It's not that many years that they've been experimenting with breathing the gas. But the Chinese are getting really good results against the coronavirus. So if you use, I'm not doing this because of the virus. I'm doing this regular anyway, Like, I looked at myself today really good in the mirror, because I never really do that. You kind of look at yourself, you brush your hair, you're done, you brush your teeth, you're done. I says, holy freaking shit. I don't know if my wrinkles are, I didn't really have any wrinkles, really, for much to say. I'm looking at myself, how the hell could I be 65 years old and look like this? And I think this thing is actually reverse aging me. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not really doing it because of the stupid virus. And actually, even when you take, a lot of vitamin C, a lot of people say the wrinkles go away, they look younger after a few weeks if you take the right type of stuff, because it supports collagen. I'm not doing this because it's a stupid virus, but I know this works against it. What I'm mad at is that people are buying into this bullshit, and the professionals, the hospitals, they'll get 3 times as much money if they label something the patient died by the coronavirus. So what do you think the jackass doctors are doing? They're gaming the system left and right. And, everybody else that's a professional, they'll snicker at you and they say, that's a conspiracy theory, I look at this shit, I say to myself, could you imagine going into a court of law and the prosecutor says, hey, we got you at the scene of a crime, we got you the DNA, we got 3 witnesses, we got you on film, and also we got your fingerprints. And then the defense says, well, that's a conspiracy theory and you're racist, and then they win. That's kind of like what they're freaking doing with you. You're telling them, you got all this shit on you, and they say, it's a conspiracy theory, and end the argument. Yeah, right. And, you say you're racist because you freaking don't buy into the coronavirus. Anyway, well, it is real. I mean, see, this big coronavirus is around forever, and this may be some new strain that was manufactured with HIV inserts, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, and if you're going to continue on with the support, fine. What it is I know I could make a shitload more money doing accounting right now. I could run like freaking 1099 and anybody would hire me in a second over with that, because they ain't got to deal with all the bullshit, the payroll taxes and all that crap. They'd have to deal with this employer side Social Security, Medicare, all that shit. They'd have to deal with health insurance, the I-9s. They pay me $10.99. I got a company that can run right through it, right? Because I got a company, right? I get hired in a second flat instead of fucking doing, excuse me, instead of doing this stuff on YouTube or whatever. This video will be on YouTube besides BitChute. So if you give me a couple bucks, and you know, I wish some, you know, it's like there's a couple people gave me a couple bucks a couple times, and I'm like very much appreciative of it. You know, I got like a USB drive and a, you know, a little one, and I got this thing. I figured what the hell to do with it, because it's something I use, not fluff. I know I got the Desert Cami stuff right here. Because I know I'm going to use that. But, you know, if you want to support the channel, fine. I mean, I'm not doing this for money. And I'm going to tell you the other thing is, any of these freaking channels running a lot of views on YouTube that are quote-unquote alternative, like Red Elephant, whatever the hell, you know these guys, you know what these people are. They're never going to mention what's going on. On my BitChute channel, I'm going to be uploading stuff, not just my original work, but I might preface it with other things. I've been aware of a lot of shit going on way back, man. Believe me. I know stuff I never mentioned on YouTube because you would think I'm stupid. I was getting paid almost $20,000 a year, but from YouTube, you think I'm going to just mention some things too far? As a matter of fact, they must have went too far because they demonetized me, you know. But this guy here, you know, I know he's unpolished, and you might get turned off by that, but he's got a lot of good information on his channel. And you look at Wardo Rants. I don't think he's on YouTube anymore. But he's on BitChute, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on, suppressing views or whatever. Who the hell knows? But you know, I look at it like this. Even all this freedom of information stuff, like we got BitChute. Hey, they're tracking that shit. I'm gonna get what do you call it? You know, a virtual private network thing. You know, VPN. I'm gonna do that pretty soon because I should have been doing that a while ago. But they know who I am. They already know. You know my background. I really hate every freaking jackass in the military that's been in there a long time, and they're brass too. Besides, or they could be enlisted. They sold out a long time ago. Very few people today that wear a uniform and get it freaking paid by the government are worth a shit. It's really what it is. But I will tell you that you could do things like this. These doctors aren't going to recommend. They don't even recommend. You go in a doctor's office, they're not even going to tell you to do this. They'll never. They're jerks. They're garbage. They're garbage. And they're shit. I mean, they're great if you got a broken bone or you got such a bad cut that you need stitches and you might need a supply of blood back into you or something like that. Yeah, then they're great. But a lot of other stuff, you know, if it ain't going to make them a lot of money, they're not going to recommend it. This thing, now, I know I put this together myself, and I got to watch how I mentioned how I did this. I used exactly one and a half level teaspoons of 100% pure lye as the catalyst to adjust this down where it's not pulling that many amps, so it's not putting out so much where it's dangerous to breathe it. That's how I rigged it up. I don't have an adjustment on it like the good ones, and I only got one pressure relief valve right here. You know, it's simple, but it works. It works. Total cost is around $165. And you know, I mean, you want to go the safe route, go to Aquacure and go get the one from George Wiseman, and it's got a lot more features on it, and it also does the frequencies. It's $2,500. You know. But if you can afford that, you probably should go that route with him, you know, with his unit. But I didn't want to, you know, whether I could afford it or not is not the point. I'm a cheap bastard, and that's, you know, that's how you make sure you don't get yourself upside down. But we'll see. I might be working. You know, I might. You know, I'm not hurting financially. You know, I can tell you that right now. But I would appreciate any kind of tips or anything that come in. The other thing is that. You know, I got the flexibility that I could run 1099 if I wanted more money. I could work a couple more days instead of what I'm working right now in a CPA firm, get more money. And actually just 2 more days of work doing accounting would probably pay me as much as I was getting on the whole freaking YouTube anyway. You know what I mean? Because Susan can freaking go rot, man. She's a big garbage, man. I mean, I like working with a lot of Jewish guys. I mean, not freaking, you know, I mean, you know, I'm born Roman Catholic. You think I like the Pope? You think I don't know the Vatican's corrupt as all hell? I'm a Roman Catholic, right, supposedly? I work with Jewish guys. They're not freaking, they're not getting to all this crazy shit that, some of these really religious whack jobs are into. They're just trying to make money. I like these kind of guys. Just smart. I like them, okay? I mean, I'm not into this freaking, we're not talking about religion or something. And, my beliefs are pretty close to theirs anyway. So, but, that's a different thing. Now, you'll see on BitChute, I got some critical stuff, some of the stuff that's going on, but I don't want to paint too broad of a picture. You know what I mean? But on YouTube, you can't even say one damn thing against, the holy ones, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? But honestly, I lean towards the Jays, man, quite a bit. I do. I lean that way. It doesn't mean I'm a radical, freaking think I'm God walking on earth or some shit. Some people think like that. But if you want to take a look at this guy's channel, it's very good. Wardo Rants. I'm on BitChute too. He's excellent, and he's not very polished. But anyway, cats are doing fine. And by the way, that cat I showed you there before, Feather. Where the hell is she? Down there? She's way down there. There she is. Little eye. She sleeps with my little Putin cat. Now, because he used to have a black cat sister when he was adopted. I never knew the sister, but they told me he missed his sister so much when she got adopted. Then he wasn't adopted yet, and then I adopted him way back in 2013 January. And lo and behold, we got a little female black cat, and she first they didn't get along that perfect, but then they did. Here's her son, Onyx. Hey, Onyx. So then they did. So and then they sleep together at the end of my bed. With usually he'll go up there for a while, but usually him and Feather and Putin, they sleep together like two bookends. So it's almost like he's got his sister back again. That's kind of cute, huh? So anyway, yeah, and I hate asking people for money, but the thing is, it's like I know all these jackasses out there on freaking YouTube are playing that game, and some of these people are pulling in major freaking bucks, and I know they're not telling you the whole truth. But the only place you can pay me any kind of money is on BitChute, and I'm telling you, there's other videos up on BitChute that are not going to be on YouTube. Period. So you're seeing a whole 9 yards up there, man. Because YouTube is a restrictive platform. That's all it is. It's like this FairTube is doing a job to fix it a little bit, but to me it's all window dressing, and they're still freaking demonetizing people that say too much truth. They don't like that because the money owns the platform. That's your problem. So, and you gotta watch these jackasses, even with this health stuff. There is a lot of disinformation out there with the quote-unquote health from nature and the alternative health. There's a load of disinformation out there. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. I mean, I got hammered so much by these jackass, because I told them, when they had the Ebola, they were telling you that you drink some Colloidal Silver, it'll freaking go away. Colloidal Silver? It's gonna, maybe if you inject it or something, maybe it'll help a little bit. It's not gonna freaking cure it. But I can tell you one thing, maybe not this stuff, because this, I don't know if how much this would, this is better than plain oral vitamin C. But even with the Ebola scare they had, if they used a lot of freaking intravenous vitamin C, that would have been cured. The thing is, where the hell you get intravenous from? You got to be a doctor. See what I mean? Doctors are freaking shit. I hate them, man. I mean, I pretty much hate anybody who works in the government. Most professionals, I call they call it the criminal justice system. I always call it the criminal means the justice system is criminal. They call it the criminal justice system. The whole thing's a racket, man. And the fact that the entire American society and the people caved into this bullshit tells me, I don't know. Maybe back in 1776, maybe they had 3% that were actually going against the grain, and out of that 3%, probably only a third of them were actually doing something significant. So it might have been 1%. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm descended from the 1%ers, man, because I know the ancestors that I had, I don't know if it has nothing to do with me or not, it's only from my father's side, but I know that the Confederate ancestors I had from, they were involved in the entire war as grunts, basically. Infantry, I don't know how they survived. there was only like 54 left in the 8th Regiment, South Carolina. I don't know how the hell they freaking survived that shit. 21st Regiment, South Carolina. One of them was a big scout for freaking General Francis Marion, 1776. He was his biggest scout, which is like a tougher job than just being a freaking, soldier. And I had a guy. Well, I don't want to get into all that shit, but these were actually fighters that were in my lineage. But when I got it basically out of the Marine Corps, I remember the damn stupid fucking lieutenant. You know what he put on my damn fit rep, the last one? He said this sergeant should be marked, should be kept under glass, marked in case of war. He put that on my freaking fit rep, fucking weirdo. And I was like, it was a compliment, but it was like, saying, oh, he's always first high class PFTs, he knows his MOS, he's always expert on the range. Then he put that shit in there. It was like a little corny, then he put it on there. But that was because I was always pushing people to do more shit. Because I can tell you right now, in the military, it's like people go in there, well, I get college, I got in there because my wife is going, we're getting married, and then we live in a house, and we couldn't afford a house, we weren't in the military. Then you can pay for our kids, and do daycare, it's all paid for. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you think these people are going to risk all that shit to disobey an order, not to kill your ass? Well, I had to obey orders. See what I mean? It's bullshit, man. Bullshit all the way. Yeah, this video is going up on YouTube and BitChute. It's going up on YouTube because I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't give a shit. And we'll be working on a cannon today some more too with Easter Sunday. Right? Onyx and Feather. Maybe I'll put these guys out. It might be alright for a few hours.